there is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere. There is more love
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Boulder. On this last Sunday of November, a very special part of a very special time of Thanksgiving. My name is Ray Knutson, and I will be the worship leader for today's service. We welcome all at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Boulder. If you are a new visitor, please email our office manager, Amy Zen, and let us know how you found us. You will find her email in the chat room. Weekly chalice lightings are an important part of our Sunday morning worship. We are inviting any interested members or friends of UUCB to volunteer to be a chalice lighter. It's a chance for you to share your brief personal reflection about your experience with UUCB. Please email our office administrator, Amy Zen, of your interest. Her email is in the chat box and on the church website. The worship team can share written instructions to help get you scheduled. Thank you. And in addition, our church website has a great deal of information about the church and its activities. Now, please ensure your microphones remain muted and join us for worship.
Good morning. I'm Diane Ewing, a member of the Caring Ministry at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Boulder. Some members of the Caring Ministry will be participating in the service today. This group ministers to our members, friends, and visitors by providing hospitality and offering support. Recently, we delivered Thanksgiving goodie bags to members who are particularly isolated. We've been concerned about all of you during this pandemic. We all need each other now more than ever to help us keep our spirits up and help us not feel so isolated. So we are planning something new. We are introducing the Good Company program to pair families or individuals for an additional support system in the church. When you sign up, we will connect you with someone else. Then you can touch base, check in, and look out for each other through this challenging time. Please click on the link in the chat to sign up or watch for more information in our weekly newsletter. Reverend Dana, I pass it to you for the opening words.
Thank you, Diane, and I invite you to join with me in helping me say these opening words. These are unprecedented times. Never in my lifetime. These are phrases endlessly echoing through our minds with our common shared experience of now.
Battered by lockdowns and isolation, illness, death, and grief are at all our doors. Signs of worry written like banners on every mask.
Unprecedented times. I never imagined the possibility of this blatant destruction to our democracy. The lies, deceit, attacks, and abuse. This is not the world I signed up for.
My heart breaks again and again, and yet I am still stuck within these same walls. So much has been lost, broken, destroyed. Where is the way out? How do we do this new reality?
Things must first fall apart for transformation to take place. We are in this muck of it all together, and this is where the work gets done.
Old ways are being challenged by these unprecedented times. Perspectives are changing. Values are changing. New understanding is seeping through. Within the heartbreak, healing begins.
So take heart, my friends. This brokenness is an opening for hope. Don't get lost in the dark. Turn around. Light is beginning to stream in. Build a place for it to shine within you. Now is the time. Come, my friends, let us worship together.
Good morning.
There will be better days. 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 Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. There will be better days. There will be better days. I am there will be better days. 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 Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. There will be better days. There will be better days. Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. There will be better days. Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. There will be better days. There will be better days. I am there will be better days. There will be better days. There will be better days. Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. There will be better days. There will be better days. Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. There will be better days. There will be better days. Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. There will be better days. There will be better days. I am there will be better days. There will be better days. Let the wave wash over. There will be better days. 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 There will be better
If you have a personal chalice or candle near your computer, please get ready to light it. We invite you to type into the chat box where your chalice is lit, the street or neighborhood, or what city if you're joining us from outside Boulder County. Now, I'd like to introduce Ellen Schneider, co-chair of the Caring Ministry, to read the chalice lighting words written by Reverend Barbara Mulfazzi, Minister Emerita for UUCB.
Our turbulent 2020 presidential election is over. The president who spent 4 years trying to divide us more deeply now resists leaving office. The president-elect pledges us to unite and to heal our divisions. Some of us know people who are devastated that their candidate lost. What can we say to them? How can we help heal the deep divisions? We know how it feels to lose a presidential election. 4 years ago, in 2016, there were many among us who were in despair. Did anyone say or do anything that consoled you? Anything that helped? Over our lifetimes, we will sometimes win elections. We will sometimes lose elections. We hold them both as part of our heritage. And this is the strength of our grand 245-year experiment in self-governance. This is democracy's design. We light our chalice this morning in honor of our fifth Unitarian Universalist principle, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large.
We now invite all those gathered in your various locations together in fellowship and community as we all say aloud our congregation's covenants. The words are on your screen. We gather
Gather
in
in
fellowship
fellowship,
to speak
speak
truth
truth
to each
to each
other,
other,
to
to
reach
reach
out and touch
and
one
touch
another,
one another,
to care
to
with
care with each
with
other,
other,
and
and
to
and
seek
to
the
seek
truth
the
divine.
truth divine.
be it.
So be it.
Hello, everyone. It is wonderful to be with you this morning. I'm going to invite you to settle into a nice, comfortable position and begin focusing on your breath as we take time for a brief meditation. Breathing in, I know that I am breathing out.
Is
And
Bill.
breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. Breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. And breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. I invite you to settle into thinking about your thoughts, noticing your thoughts and feelings today. And imagine holding them in your hands gently. Notice where in your body you are experiencing these thoughts and feelings. How does this affect your breathing? Feel your breath moving through these emotions. Let go of any inclination of telling yourself you shouldn't feel this way. It's okay to feel however you feel. Keep breathing and just notice. If tears come, let them come. If laughter comes, let it come. And now remember all that you love and all the love that you are given, and breathe in that love. And gently blow that love out into your hands. Healing all those difficult emotions with love. Breathe in again all the love that you know in your life. Let it flow through you and breathe it out. Now gently set down all of those worries and concerns that you are holding, as if you are laying a baby in its bed. In the midst of adversity, we are all surrounded by miracles unfolding before our very eyes. There is always more to the story. So let the blessings and the love that surround you settle deep into your bones, and know that you are not alone. We are all in this together, and there will be better days ahead. May it be so. Amen. And as we feel this deep connection with all of life, I invite you now to tune in to all the joys and concerns that you may be experiencing, or that you know that others are experiencing. Whatever is on your mind and heart today, I invite you to lift that up, and if you feel like posting about it in the chat and letting others know, please do. This is how we create the container of love, how we hold each other through all that life brings. As you post in the chat, I will lift up some of the comments. We have prayers for a friend who is diagnosed with metastatic cancer. Indeed. Grieving the loss of a dear high school friend, Lisa, who passed away in Minnesota from cancer. Grateful that my daughter-in-law is recovering from a serious case of COVID. Whew, yes, indeed. And from Jenny and Hilton, our first extended family Zoom is scheduled for this afternoon. How wonderful. Okay, concern for our daughter who's on the front lines in a Wisconsin hospital. Yes, holding her with thoughts and care. And I believe that, yes, we are thinking of George Brandon. Concern for our governor who now has COVID. I didn't realize that. Wow. Prayers for an important interview. Grateful to have Elliot and Evan home from college. How wonderful. Holding Henry Kroll in our thoughts as he is recovering. Ellen, you posted that just as I started to say it. I'm so glad that his hip surgery is over and he's recovering well. We have others in our congregation who have gone through surgery this past week. I hope they are recovering well. My son's mother-in-law is entering what may be the final stages of Alzheimer's. Such a difficult time indeed. Prayers for Sharon's new knee. Wonderful. I invite you to continue posting however you would like Let it continue to flow forward. And know that whatever is happening in your world and with you today, that we all are coming together in community, whether it is virtual or in person, to hold each other with love and to be here for each other and bless each other in all the ways that heals each and every one of us. May it be so. Amen.
Today's reading is a meditation on broken hearts by Thomas Rhodes. Listen to your heart. And how is it with your heart? Does your heart feel whole, shielded by intellect, cocooned by reason, closed to feeling? Or is it broken, fragile to the touch, brimming with the pain of loss? Or has your heart been broken and healed so many times that it now lies open to the world, knowing that true growth comes not without pain, that tears may wear down barriers, that we may carry the hearts of others even when our own is too heavy for us to bear. None of us has an unblemished heart, not one, for such perfection can be found only in death, and we who are alive still have much to heal. So let us give thanks for the broken places in our hearts and in our lives, for it is only through such brokenness that we may truly touch one another, and only through touching one another that the world may be healed. Let us give then thanks for the brokenness that we share.
Comfort me
Wow. That song feels like the perfect lead in to these words from Howard Zinn. To be hopeful in bad times is not just foolishly romantic. It is based on the fact that human history is a history not only of cruelty, but also of compassion, sacrifice, courage, kindness. What we choose to emphasize in this complex history will determine our lives. If we see only the worst, it destroys our capacity to do something. If we remember those times and places, and there are so many, where people have behaved magnificently, this gives us the energy to act and at least the possibility of sending this spinning top of a world in a different direction. And if we do act, in however small a way, we don't have to wait for some grand utopian future. The future is an infinite succession of presents. And to live us now as we think human beings should live, in defiance of all that is bad around us, is itself a marvelous victory.
Thank you, Ray. That is a great reading, isn't it? Well, this was not the Thanksgiving that I had in mind. I don't know about the rest of you. I really missed being with my family and all my grandgirls. 2020. What can I say? Thanksgiving is complicated. Gratitude is truly a spiritual practice that brings deep and lasting healing. It's true. Try it every day. And yes, Thanksgiving also deserves to be a day of mourning, commemorating the beginning of the genocide of millions of indigenous people, tribes, and nations. This year, it is a day of thanksgiving for a shift in the political governmental structures, the powers, and it is a day of mourning for all those who have lost a loved one during this time of COVID. The complexities of emotions are overwhelming right now, like waves crashing down and tossing each of us around. Most of us hide it pretty well, but these are emotionally painful times. We need time to be with our feelings and allow these waves of emotions to move through us. So I ask you to please be gentle with yourselves. I think we could use this, I know I can use this reminder every week, and maybe you can too. Please be gentle with yourself and understanding with each other. Go ahead and take that nap and go for a walk. Tend to yourself and your emotional needs. Things are not normal, even though maybe we've kind of gotten used to this craziness. But don't expect them to be normal, either within yourself or outside of yourself. This is a time when we need one another and we need friends to grieve together with us, to get angry together with us, to encourage each other and to talk things through, to listen as the waves wash over each and every one of us. We need someone to remind us that there will be better days. Being gentle and kind with yourself and showing up to look out for each other is what will get us through this dark winter of isolation. So please, my friends, if you could use a buddy or two, or if you are willing to be a COVID buddy for someone else, please sign up for our Good Company program. It is just committing to check in on someone else and hopefully build a new friendship and enjoy some good company. As Diane said earlier, this is a new program we are just starting, so click on that link in the chat to sign up, or feel free to look for more information in the weekly newsletter. It seems like we are stuck in the confines of our homes. But life is bigger than ever right now. These are momentous times. I used to think that our world was changing quickly before the virus, but now it feels like that we are seeing our old reality melting away, becoming obsolete before our eyes. And none of us really knows what's next. Practically every day, we find ourselves compelled to grapple with something we have never seen or experienced before in our lifetimes. I think we all realize that just because we will not have 4 more years with Trump as president, it does not mean that all is fine and the future is rosy. Yet, how do we stop this train wreck in our community, in our world, in our country from continuing to compound out of control? Is there anything we can do? Or are we at the mercy of these bigger forces blowing through? And I ask myself this, as I ask myself this, I also have to quickly ask myself, what am I willing to do? With Einstein echoing in my mind, I have to wonder, what is a new way of thinking about our entire situation? Our communal thinking has created this reality in our country. And to change it, we must change our thinking. We have all felt like the rug has been pulled out from under us, but I hope we can also recognize that almost half of the voting population is now caught in a deeply difficult dilemma. For many, what they have believed and who they have believed is more explicitly and obviously proving over and over again to be blatantly lying. How do they reconcile this with the reality that they believe was true? The cognitive dissonance is amplified by the dedication and loyalty they feel for their leaders and everyone else who is maintaining the same reality and perspective. Something we usually forget to acknowledge. Many, if not most, of these folks have always wanted and tried to be good people and to do the right thing based on their understanding of right and wrong and how reality works. I'm going to say that again because it's easy to forget. Many, if not most of these people have always wanted and tried to be good people and to do the right thing based on their understanding of right and wrong and how reality works. So consider this quote by psychologist and researcher Jonathan Haidt from his book, The Righteous Mind: Why Good People Are Divided by Politics and Religion. When a group of people make something sacred, the members of the cult lose the ability to think clearly about it. Morality binds and blinds. It binds us into ideological teams that fight each other as though the fate of the world depends on our side winning each battle. It blinds us to the fact that each team is composed of good people who have something important to say. It seems to me that we are not so much divisive anymore as living in two extremely different realities, and neither's world makes any sense to the other. It is easy to make the logical leap that the other must be wrong, even bad, evil, lacking intelligence, or mentally ill. Well, right after our election, in our discussion about this with the Caring Ministry team, big shout out to our Caring team. Thank you for all that you do. Kathleen Newton mentioned that she would like to know how to help her neighbor who is distraught about the election, but she just doesn't know what to say to him. And suddenly this struck me like lightning. That's it. So often we humans, we want to solve everything by telling everyone the answers. I know I do. If people would just listen to me. And yet, one of the most important lessons learned in pastoral care is that we can't fix other people's problems. And we certainly can't tell them what to do or what to believe or how to think. It just doesn't work, and it usually makes the other person feel worse. The number one most important thing is to stop talking and trying to fix things and instead focus on the other person and listen, listen, listen. Most of us know the healing power of being genuinely heard by someone who cared at a time when we were suffering the most. Again, from Jonathan Haidt. If you really want to change someone's mind on a moral or political matter, you'll need to see things from that person's angle, as well as your own. And if you do truly see it the other person's way, deeply and intuitively, you might even find that your own mind opens in response. Empathy is an antidote to righteousness, and although it's very difficult to empathize across a moral divide. Empathizing across a moral divide. Now, I'm just going to speak for myself here, but I do find that to be a deeply challenging thing to do. It's like anything but that. But maybe that's exactly what we need the most of right now. You see, if the virus goes away, we are still left with this divisive country, and we will be more desperate than ever before. We're starting to see those long lines of people who need food. We see the numbers of illnesses going up and deaths. And we know that we cannot heal the climate, the racism, the immigration issues, or much of anything else until we find a way to begin to heal our relationships with each other. We need one another, and we can begin healing by showing up for each other. And each other, I mean this time, as those who have a different belief and perspective of the world than we do. We must do that which many of us resist and reach out to those who have these different perspectives and opinions and listen to them. Treat them with compassion when we can. Granted, if they're coming at us in anger, we can't do that. And if they're abusing other people, this won't work. But that isn't happening with everyone all the time. Millions of people find themselves in a place of not knowing what to do and grieving their losses in this election. So engage in an honest, caring dialogue. Begin to build trust between you and practice seeing each other's humanity. This does not mean agreeing with them or condoning what they're saying, but listen, learn who they are, build new relationships, start building bridges between these two different realities that are so starkly separate. Yes, it is possible, and many people are more open than they have been in a very long time. They deserve to be treated the way we too would like to be treated, right? The golden rule. They need pastoral care from each and every one of us. This is the most powerful force in the world, and we know it. It is the power of love. And it is the only power that helps us to begin to heal one conversation at a time. You see, my friends, we all have COVID, whether or not we are ill from the virus right now or not. We are one giant organism called the human beings. And we are all part of this illness. And we are all part of healing together. This is the meaning of the South African word Ubuntu. I am because we are. It recognizes that deep interconnectedness of all life and of all reality, whether we are fighting and arguing or not. Still, together, we create and define each other. Every indigenous culture understands and honors this principle, and it is the essence of the Golden Rule. So, my friends, we have reached the point that this is our only source of true hope that I can find. And it can no longer be delayed. Hope through healing each other. Our focus must move off of ourselves to the other, whoever that may be in each and every moment. We are so deeply interconnected that we are like yeast in bread. And just like bread, none of us will rise unless we all lift each other and rise together. Teaching and guiding and loving others to a new understanding with the power of love, which is justice, which is compassion, which is oneness, Ubuntu. There is so much that we cannot do or fix. We can't change anyone but ourselves. But when we commit to being our best selves, our better angels, it invites everyone else to do the same and open the door to new possibilities. Respecting the inherent worth and dignity of those with whom we disagree shines the light of love and healing through the broken cracks of our society. The stakes are very high now and getting higher all the time. And we need to do this. It is the only way I see forward, and not just me. We can't save this world and save our country with only half the people in the effort. I am not saying that we compromise our values. The shift we make towards healing or towards more division, whichever we go, this matters more now than ever in our lifetime. We don't compromise, but I'm saying it is time to live fully into our values in every way. Our country is breaking open and breaking down. And there is much suffering in our world and in our homes. We need hope, and we find it by healing each other together. Now is a new opportunity to begin, always with the power of love, always with love. May it be so. Amen and Ashe. And I invite you to enjoy our next musical video written by Daryl Grant, who is with us this morning, and put together by Portland Church, First Unitarian in Portland. We rise, my friends. Let's do it.
There is no uncertainty about the suffering around us.
Nor uncertainty that the worst is still days ahead for us.
The possible futures we face never included an absence of suffering.
But the possibilities for how we move through this time are many.
And it is in the choices that we make that glimpses of hope can be found.
Is that we will accept these evils
as the best that we can do.
But that is not the only possibility. There is another.
There is another.
There is another.
There is another.
The possibility that love might just prove to be real.
And prove to be resilient.
And stronger in the end
than our self-interests and our failings.
This time, the circle can't be broken. The time is now, at last. We can rise. By sharing what we have, prioritizing connection, imagining new possibilities, and standing for justice. We can choose compassion, honor those whom we have lost, expand community, and rebuild trust in one another. We can love bigger. It's already happening. The seeds of this new direction are being planted all around us. Now is our time. Rise up, brand new day.
Community Food Share is our nonprofit partner for November's Share a Plate. In the early 1980s, hunger had not yet been identified as a community problem. But when Boulder County Safe House, the Community Action Program, Emergency Family Assistance Association, known as EFA, St. Thomas Aquinas Food Bank, and the Salvation Army of Longmont came together and compared stories, it became clear that indeed hunger was a pressing issue in our community. And thus, Community Food Share was created as a nonprofit organization in 1981. Today, hunger is the reality for 1 in 9 people in Boulder and Broomfield counties. That is 41,000 people, and 9,000 of them are children. Since the pandemic hit Colorado in March, Community Food Share has distributed over 1 million pounds of food each month, their highest total ever. But they need our help. You can make a donation now using the link posted in your chat, by sending a check to UUCB, or by scanning the QR code on the next slide with your mobile phone. Please be as generous as you can. We will now receive the offering.
This time, the circle can't be broken. The time is now at last. We can rise by sharing what we have, prioritizing connection, imagining new possibilities, and standing for justice. We can choose compassion, honor those whom we have lost, expand community, and rebuild trust in one another. We can love bigger. It's already happening. The seeds of this new direction are being planted all around us. Now is our time. Rise up, brand new day.
So I'd rise up, brand new day. Thank you, Daryl. The new seeds are being planted. And I share with you these closing words that are so fitting by Adrienne Rich. My heart is moved by all I cannot save. So much has been destroyed. I have to cast my lot with those who age after age perversely with no extraordinary power reconstitute the world. That's us, my friends. With love, we reconstitute ourselves and our world over and over again. So take heart. We are in this together. And when your hope fades, rebuild your fire of hope with the power of the human spirit coming from each other and coming from the power of life itself. May it be so. May you be filled with love, and may you know that this community sends you love always. May it be so. Amen.
Go your way in peace, wander as you may. Blessed is the path you take, may love guide you on your way. Go your way in peace, wander as you may. Blessed is the path you take, may love guide you on your way.
We invite you to stay with us in our Zoom rooms for a time of online fellowship and discussion. Barb and Fred are here to tell us how this is going to work.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Fred Cole.
I'm Barb Richards.